for 25 from the field, including a season-worst 2 for 14 from beyond the arc, and finished with 18 points Wednesday versus Washington. Steph, talk to me.
It was a special ride for sure, and never really get too hyped up on individual, streaks or accolades like that. But there were some historical names that, was able to pass, and doing something at this age was pretty special. It was a great run. It was something that had been done before, and, it was going to end at some point. Now you got to start another one.
Another one. Curry became the first player since Lakers star Kobe Bryant to score at least 30 points in 10 straight games, became the oldest player in league history at age 33 to score at least 30 in 11 straight games after dropping 49 Monday over the Sixers, who are no slouch. Stephen A., did the streak prove Steph is the greatest offensive player in the league?
I think so, but before you, and did you say history? You say history.
I said
you
in
just
the
talking
league.
about this season, right?
No, right
You're
now.
talking about this season in the league. Okay.
No, now.
Okay, I'm talking about now. Yes,
no.
Steph Curry. But
right now.
Max Kellerman and Molly Kieran Rose, please excuse me for diverting my attention away from the Golden State Warriors for a second here. First of all, I want to take a moment to give props to Mr. Russell Westbrook and Bradley Beal, because I love me some Bradley Beal, and the Washington Wizards, winners of 6 straight. And if the playoffs will begin today, they're the 10th seed. They're in the play-in game. Okay, so they would have a shot to make the playoffs. Props to them for that, okay? But Max Kellerman, they're not the ones possessing the largest winning streak in the NBA right now. You know who that is, Max? You know who that is, Max?
Here it
Did you hear the news? Did you hear
We're going to talk about this later.
The New York Knicks, okay? I just wanted to point that out there, ladies and gentlemen. They're a top 4 seed in the Eastern Conference right now. The New York Knicks. Oh, this is just beautiful. Now we get into the Knicks later. Now let me get to Steph Curry. Over the course of the last 11 games, he never shot less than 45% from the field. Only twice did he shoot less than 40% from like 3-point range, so twice or 3 times in that 11-game stretch. The dude is phenomenal. And again, the ball handling skills are there, the passing skills are there. The movement without the basketball is something he should be applauded. I mean, the dude is 33 years old, in incredible condition, runs all over the court. He's built himself up. He's got a little bigger, Max, in case you haven't noticed. The physique is bigger now. He's not just this little kid that can shoot. No, he's a grown man now and looks the part. But when you think about his ability to spread the floor, like I told you, from the moment he steps past half court, you have to guard him. That just spreads defenses out and opens up the floor for your entire offense. And when I think about him being the greatest offensive player, that's where that stuff comes from. It comes from that. And that's why I have so much love for him as a player, because I see his impact, how he affects the game because of the spacing that he creates. So what last night happens, that's a given. You get tired, you've been on a road trip, it's no big deal. He'll be back. But he deserves to be applauded for the greatness that he's put on display.
He's one of the greatest offensive players in the NBA, but the burden of proof is not on me. Did he prove that he is the best player in the NBA offensively? No, he did not. Number one, Kevin Durant, when he is healthy, is a better offensive player than Steph Curry. They played on the same team. I saw it. KD was the number one offensive option. Forget about defense for a second, right? KD's a better offensive player than Steph Curry. That's one. So there's one guy right there. James Harden, I think, is it. Look, what Steph is doing it's close among these guys, and what he's doing is miraculous. You want to argue Steph over Harden? All right. But I'll take Harden based on what I've seen this year. No, he can't shoot like Steph. No one can, ever, right? But Harden can really shoot. He can score from anywhere. He's physically stronger than Steph, and he's actually better running an offense. In Houston, I thought he was worse because the ball doesn't stick with Steph. As you said, he moves without the ball. He can play on and off, and he's really a shooting guard, a 2-guard, trapped in a point guard's body. James Harden's conducting of an offense, orchestrating of an offense this season was as masterful as any you ever want to see by LeBron James or Magic Johnson or anyone. And he's one of the greatest scorers of all time. I think I would give Harden this year, I'm surprised to be saying it, a slight edge over Steph. And then there's Lillard, who can do everything Steph can do, not quite as well until it matters most. And I value high leverage moments. So Lillard is right there. And I'll tell you another guy we haven't been talking about, Stephen A. Jokic. This man is averaging over 26, 11, and like 9. He's shooting better than 40% from 3. He's a better passer than Steph, and he's a center. I think that Jokic is this year's probably the best offensive player overall, trailing maybe only James Harden when Harden's been healthy. So I think Steph is way up there, but I wouldn't put him number 1.
Well, first of all, Max Kellerman, if you're going to bring up numbers, particularly when it comes to Jokic, well, you know what? Let's stop talking about Michael Jordan as the greatest. Let's put Kareem Abdul-Jabbar up there. Let's listen to Isaiah Thomas, who put Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, 19-time All-Star, 6-time league MVP, 6-time champion, the greatest scorer in the history of basketball, the all-time leading scorer, et cetera, et cetera. We still don't put him ahead of Michael Jordan because we exercise something called the eye test too. And so as a result, we know better. That's number 1. Number 2, when you talk about Steph Curry and you compare him to Kevin Durant, I know that Kevin Durant's a better offensive player, but what do I say? Kevin Durant is more efficient. One thing that Kevin Durant lacks is the assertiveness, the aggression, because that's a big, big thing. He wants to play the right way. Excuse me. Oh, my goodness, I almost happened to sneeze. But that's what Kevin Durant likes to do.
I told you we need a vaccination for pollen. Sorry to interrupt.
Tell me about it. It is pollen. Pollen's in your
you're
nose
lying.
is stuffy, and I got a sinus headache, too. But I'm all right.
It's
Here's the
so
deal.
bad.
When you look at it, Kevin Durant,
brother.
I
I feel
know
your
that
pain.
Kevin Durant is a better offensive player. I think he's the best player on the planet when healthy, me personally. But what I'm saying is that Kevin Durant will gladly defer and be a bit deferential and not be as assertive or aggressive. When Steph Curry goes out there, he's not only a marksman, he has a marksman's mentality. And that's what I say right now when you look at his level of efficiency. At this particular moment in time, the efficiency combined with
Fair
the aggression
point.
is what puts them there.
Fair point, because Jordan wasn't like, you could say, oh, this guy's as efficient or more efficient, but Michael Jordan had more aggression, was a better offensive player. That's a fair point. I'll still take KD's offense. But Jokic and the eyeball test comparing Kareem and Jordan, I don't like that at all, because first of all, Steph ain't Michael Jordan. And second of all, Kareem is the guy Jordan really had to pass for a lot of people to be considered the greatest. And Jokic is not playing just like a center, Stephen A. He's bringing the ball up. He's initiating the offense. He's bombing from 3. He's a load on the inside. He's doing everything.
He ain't better than Steph Curry.
All right, guys,
close.
let's leave it there. So we're praising Steph Curry for making shots. How about Joel Embiid almost making a shot? Did you see it? 76er star narrowly missing what would arguably be the best game-tying buzzer beater in NBA history, inches away from the most impressive game-tying shot. Max, how good was Embiid's shot attempt?
It's the best miss I've ever seen on an NBA level. Like, I can think about Vince Carter.
Now we get into the Knicks later. Now let me get to Steph Curry. Over the course of the last 11 games, he never shot less than 45% from the field. Only twice did he shoot less than 40% from like 3-point range, so twice or 3 times in that 11-game stretch. The dude is phenomenal. And again, the ball handling skills are there, the passing skills are there. The movement without the basketball is something he should be applauded. I mean, the dude is 33 years old, in incredible condition, runs all over the court. He's built himself up. He's got a little bigger, Max, in case you haven't noticed. The physique is bigger now. He's not just this little kid that can shoot. No, he's a grown man now and looks the part. But when you think about his ability to spread the floor, like I told you, from the moment he steps past half court, you have to guard him. That just spreads defenses out and opens up the floor for your entire offense. And when I think about him being the greatest offensive player, that's where that stuff comes from. It comes from that. And that's why I have so much love for him as a player, because I see his impact, how he affects the game because of the spacing that he creates. So what last night happens, that's a given. You
too high up for it and everything like that at UNC. But at an NBA level, that's the best miss of all time. Guys, first of all, Embiid hitting threes toward the end of that game even put them in a position to maybe steal it. And then look at this. The length of the court to tie the game against an excellent team, it doesn't just go in and out. It goes in, halfway down, and out. I have not, maybe I've seen something like it. I don't remember it. If I have, that's the best miss I've ever seen.
That's the difference between Max and I. I don't think about misses. I think about makes. I can give a damn. I don't have the slightest clue what the greatest miss was. Okay, I guess you could put Gordon Hayward in a national championship game for Butler against Duke in there if you want to. I mean, you could do that. Okay, I don't think about misses. I think about makes. Okay, so I don't have the slightest damn clue. You know what happened with, you know, in terms of the greatest misses. I couldn't begin, and I've been covering the NBA for damn near a quarter century. I couldn't begin to tell you what the greatest miss was. I don't remember because they missed.
Well, you're missing it.
Yes, I am.
Oh my God.
Big time.
Oh my God. All right, are we done on
He's
that?
right.
I think we're
He's
done.
right. I'm missing it. I'm missing it. I mean, is there analytics? I mean, did the analytics department come up with a stat for the greatest misses? I mean, if anybody would know that, it would be Max.
Stephen A.
It would be Max.
You're so caught up.